Ladies and gentlemen, in today's video, we are finally going to be predicting how many wins every team will end the season with. I meant to do this last week, but I wanted to wait till everyone was on a fresh schedule, so that's why we waited. Also, I'm not going to individually be going through every team schedule and saying win-loss on every game, because I know I will contradict myself at some point during the video. So I basically just looked at every team's remaining schedule, and I'm going to be giving you guys a ballpark as to what I see them ending the season with. Couple of plugs before we start. Don't forget to use code WyattzWorld on G Fuel or Prize Picks. You can save yourself a discount on any G Fuel products or match up to $100 of your first deposit. But that's all we got. Let's get into the video. Alright guys, so here we are at the list of the day, and I can confidently say I do not need to explain myself on this one. It could not be more basic. So without further ado, the first team I'm going to be predicting the season ending for is the San Francisco 49ers. I got them at about 13 because the only loss I could see potentially coming their way is from Baltimore. 4 out of their 5 games to end the season are absolute cake. And we know how this team functions every year at the end of the year. Like, they are unstoppable. Now we got the Chargers. 6. Not looking good for them. I think they might only win one more game the rest of the year, and that's against the Raiders. They got the Broncos twice, Buffalo and Kansas City outside of that. Like, I mean, this team is not playing that well, and those are all pretty decent teams. Moving on, we got the Giants. I'm actually gonna go with 5 wins. They're at 4 now. I think they only get 1 more. Can't remember their exact schedule, but I do know in the last 5 weeks they play Philly twice and a red-hot Green Bay. Moving on, we got Dallas. 12. 4 of their last 5 are very tough games, but 3 of them I can confidently say I think that Dallas will win. They're at 9 right now. That would make 12. Now we're on to Detroit. 11. I only think they're gonna win 2 more out of their last 5. This team has not been playing as good, and they play the Vikings, which I think they're gonna chop with. And you also got Denver and Dallas to worry about. Indy. 9 wins. They're at 7 right now. I think they can at least get 2 more. If you look at their schedule, it's not necessarily favorable, but at the same time, none of the games are unrealistically winnable. They'll make a push at a wild card spot. Now we got the Bengals, and what I tell you about Jake Browning, dude, he's not bad. Still don't think he's elite, but he's good enough to give them hope. They're at 6. To be honest, I got them finishing with 8. Again, none of the games are impossible for them to win, but some of them are a little bit more difficult for me to think they will. Yeah, Kansas City, you got Cleveland, who's got that defense, and they historically kick your ass anyway. I know they got the Steelers in there, they got the Vikings coming up. Yeah, I think only 2 more wins probably for them. Now we got Jacksonville. So here's the bad news. We don't know what Trevor's time frame is. At least I don't at the time of this video. But the good news is their last 3 games of the season are against like 3 of the worst teams in the league. Jags are at 8 right now. I think with or without Trevor Lawrence, they can still beat the Titans, Bucks, and Panthers. I think the Jags will get to 11. Now moving on, we got Pittsburgh. This is gonna sound stunning, but I actually think they're gonna get 10 wins. They'll get 3 more. Patriots, Colts, Bengals, Seahawks, Ravens. Like, Mike Tomlin can win 3 of those 5. And I don't care if they just lost to the Cardinals. That's what Tomlin's notorious for, getting slapped and getting back up. Now we got the Raiders, 6. I think they're only gonna win like 1 more. And again, their schedule isn't necessarily unrealistic. I'm not gonna favor them to win majority of these. Carolina, 2. I bet you they beat the Buccaneers on the last week of the season. Bet you right now they do it. I mean, this team is absolutely dreadful, but it just seems like the way that they're gonna go out. Seattle, 8. I know they got the Niners and the Eagles, and I'm not gonna pick them for either of those 2, and I think there was another game in there that I wasn't too lenient on towards Seattle with. I only think they're gonna win probably 2 of their last 5, and I apologize for that one. It is encouraging they played good against Dallas, but they still lost. And overall, I still think the team as a unit is slightly underperforming this year. All right, on to the Rams. Shockingly, 9. I mean, dude, look at this. This is gonna be an L. Win, 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 L. The Saints game will be close, but you know they're gonna fuck that up. Like, the Rams are gonna win 9 games. It's gonna be nuts. Miami, I'm gonna say 11. Well, right now they're guaranteed to face at least 2 teams that will have winning records, so you know they're not gonna win those games. And then the final week, they're gonna face Buffalo, which Buffalo not only dominates Miami the way it is, but if Buffalo has a winning record, well, Miami won't beat them either. Therefore, Miami's probably only gonna win 2 more games, because their next 2 opponents are ass. Miami, you know I respect you. I just love fucking with you. Arizona, 4. I think they face the Bears coming up, and I think they will win that back game, but the other ones didn't look that good. And they only play 4 more games as well. They've already played 13 on the year. Now we got the Jets. 5, maybe 1 more win against the Patriots in the final week of this season. Otherwise, I don't think they're going to beat a single team. They are facing Washington, which their defense could terrorize Sam, but they don't have an offense. Like, the Patriots are the only team coming up that they're playing that's so bad that they might lose to the Jets. Baltimore. 12. I mean, they're facing San Fran, they're facing Tomlin, and then they're facing Jacksonville, which if Trevor's back, I don't think he will be. That's going to be really tough, but even without Trevor, I still think Jacksonville's going to put up a fight for whoever they play. Either way, Baltimore can win 3 more games. Now we got Houston. 10. Could realistically be 11 or 12 too. I mean, look at this schedule. The Browns are realistically the only team here I think that might give them some trouble. Well, and the Colts, but that's going to be the last week. Tennessee. 4. They will not win a game the rest of the year. Houston twice, Miami, Seattle, Jacksonville. You're worse than all of those teams. Patriots. 2. I don't think they win again either. If they do, it'll be against the Jets that final week, but otherwise the next 4 games for sure, they are not winning. Yeah, I know they beat us the first time. Okay, that was with Ken Dorsey in Foxborough. Not happening again. Now we got Buffalo, 10. I think that they are going to lose to Dallas, but they're going to win out the rest of the season. We played like how we did against Philly. We will dominate Kansas City this week. We can beat the Chargers, we can beat the Patriots, and well, we already know we can beat Miami. Confidence. Philly, 14. They have 1 hard opponent the rest of the year, and it's Dallas. They got Seattle, who they're better than, and then they have the Giants twice in Arizona. Minnesota, 9. I think they can win 3 of the next 5, but I expect to chop 1 of the 2 with the Lions, and Green Bay on this hot streak, they worry me. Denver, 10. I think besides Detroit, they'll beat every team. Moving on, we got New Orleans, 7. I think this team sucks. They'll beat the Panthers, they'll probably beat the Giants, and then they're going to lose the last 3 weeks of the season because every one of those teams are either just as good as them or a little bit better. And if the Saints play somebody of that caliber, they can't do shit. Washington, 5. They got the Rams and the Jets the next 2 weeks. One of those 2 games I'm confident they will win. In the last 3 weeks of the season, I think they're going to get pummeled. Sorry, last 2 weeks. They've already played 13 games as well, but they're ending with San Francisco and Dallas. Like, they're done. Now we got Cleveland, 9. They can win 2 more games. I mean, they're facing the beat up Jags. They're facing the Bears. They're facing the Jets. Like, those are winnable, but any other team that's a higher caliber against this Browns team right now, I'm probably not going to pick them. All right, now we got Atlanta, 9. I said at the beginning of the year they would win the division with under 10 wins, and they're on pace to do it. The sad thing about this is their last 5 games are fucking simple. It's just with Arthur Smith, you never know. I mean, they could beat the Bucs, they could beat the Panthers, they could beat the Colts, they could beat the Bears, they could beat the Saints. But they won't win all of them because Arthur Smith is an absolutely incoherent buffoon. Now we got the Chiefs, 12. I think they're gonna lose to Buffalo, but then they're gonna win out. It's actually aligning perfect for a Chiefs story too. They're gonna lose to Buffalo, everyone's gonna count them out, and then they're just gonna dominate, and they'll be back in like the 1 seed by the end. Bears, 5. I think they'll win 1 more game. They could win more, but this is one of those teams that is going to either go out there and shock you, or they're going to go out there and do just as bad as you think they're going to do. Tampa Bay, 6 or 7. We'll say 7, maybe 2 more wins for them, but they will all be within a point. And like I said, the last week of the season versus Carolina, I think they're going to take an L. And ending, we got Green Bay. Disgustingly, if you look at their schedule, I think they're going to win 10 games as of this very moment. Like, you got to be fucking me. This is a win. This is probably a win. This is a win. This one, yeah, a little questionable. And then this is probably going to be a win. Outrageous. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is me predicting how many wins every NFL team will finish with this season. That is going to be all for today's video though, everybody. I hope you guys are continuing to enjoy my content. Like I always say, if you guys want to show support, you already know what to do. Comment, like, subscribe, turn that bell on. I try my hardest to post on this channel every single weekday. But with everything I just said, I'm going to hop off and get this edited so you guys can watch it on time and enjoy your Tuesday nights. So have a good one, and as always, I will see you next time.